everyone. VAs have been around for years and years. They're not a new phenomenon in any way. I've been aware of them for 15, maybe 20 years. But what I'm finding is a lot of people are saying to me now, what a brilliant idea. It's really the right time for what you're doing. And I'm thinking, well, what's changed? Why is it suddenly the right time for what I'm doing? And it kind of made me think, is it to do with the fact that in the circumstances that we find ourselves in at the moment, people are realising that it is possible to get excellent support from their colleagues working remotely. I have to confess, when I worked as an EA back in the day, I thought it was absolutely impossible to do my job from home. And that there's absolutely no way that anybody would be able to work to my level working remotely. And to be honest, the arrogance of that attitude astounds me now, because I was aware of VAs at that time, and there are exceptional VAs out there doing a tremendous job, but I still thought they couldn't do mine. And what I've learned, and I think what a lot of other people have learned, is that basically any role that is office-based can be done remotely. You might have to change slightly how you do certain tasks, but they can all be done. And it's really quite straightforward in this day and age to have your support. The tech allows you to have your support working from home, provided that your processes and your structures are in place and are clear, and everybody knows them and everybody understands them. And that comes down to communication, which is at the heart of the relationship. But to be honest, that's the same whether you're in the office or home-based. You've still got to communicate clearly between the pair of you. I think with a VA is usually highly organised. We're pretty resourceful by nature. If we don't know how to do something, instead of sort of putting our hands up and saying, excuse me, I don't know how to do that, we'll go out and find out how to do it. That's just what we do. Basically, we're problem solvers, and we're used to working remotely. So if you're somebody that's a little bit hesitant about having your staff work from home because you're not quite sure how it's going to work, how it's all going to hang together, your VA should be able to share remote working tips as to how to make it so that both sides are happy, both sides understand what is expected and what is acceptable, and that could then be transferred on to your other staff, not necessarily just your outsourced freelancers. And of course, the other thing is, in the current circumstances that we find ourselves in, unfortunately, a lot of small businesses, not so small businesses, have had to let some staff go. There's been some retrenchment, and it's the nature of the world, but admin staff are usually one of the first groups to go because we're seen as a cost. We're not a profit centre. But of course, the work still needs to be done. And by outsourcing to VAs or freelancers, the business owner, the executive, only pays for the time that they use. Okay, so you're not having to have somebody sit there having their tea breaks, their coffee breaks, and you're paying for them. You're literally just paying them for the hours that they are working for you. And as I say, your admin has to be done whether you want it to or not, whether you want to do it or not. It will not go away. And by hiring a VA to do this for you, she's going to be able to do it in a fraction of the time it's going to take you. Much more importantly than that, it will free up your brain space. It will just get rid of all that guff as to what I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this. And it will enable you to sort of focus on your business, on what you need to do to move your business forward, because you're confident that in the background, all the business is being taken care of. So, I mean, to coin a phrase, you'll be able to work on your business, not in it, which I think is probably not a bad thing in this day and age. But the alternative to that, of course, is that it could just give you some free time just to rebalance yourself. I mean, we're all slightly off kilter a little at the moment, I think. And to be able to be given some time back, to be able to just chill and relax and read that book you've been meaning to read, or just go and sit in the garden on a sunny day, is invaluable. And I think, you know, it just helps relieve some of the stresses that are going on in the background. So whatever benefit you get from having your VA, it's way surpasses the cost of them. I hope that helps.